Hey VC Jeff. Gonna try to make this short. We'll see how long it gets. So recently, just tried in a big crate of like classic Rocky kind of stuff. I just wasn't listening to it. A few odds and ends. Like yeah, they just weren't grabbing me. So got a lot of cool stuff, and yeah, I'll do that and just show you some of my listening stack. I'm probably not gonna bother showing all of it. Picked up, been wanting this, picked it up finally. Micaiah McCraven, Universal Being, so double album. Haven't gotten around to listening to it yet. I'm pretty sure I streamed that in the past. I remember it being a good one. Found a really clean copy of Circle. So Anthony Bracton, Korea, Dave Holland, and Barry Atchell. Look forward to that one. Again, a double. I actually got a bunch of doubles. They're the ones I haven't listened to. Got I don't know if it's Oot or I always said Oot. I don't know if it's Oot or UT, but In Guts House original pressing UK on Blast First. So I found that for like $20 in a really clean copy. So didn't have to pay shipping. So very happy to get that. So joining my other Oot. So New York No Wave. I know I've listened to that album. It's probably not their best, but I'm happy to have it. Do need to get a couple more of their others. Sam Rivers Contrast, been wanting this. Missed out on the cheap copies on Amazon, so I just settled for the more expensive trade-in copy. The rest of these I did actually listen to. So this was a blind buy. Sounded kind of interesting. So this is Trash Company, Earl Hotel. Earl Hotel is like an old, yeah, the headliner notes was kind of cool reading the history here. So Trash Company is one of those bands that just never quite made it. So local Richmond band. So yeah, oops, something going up there. Yeah, so it's hard to, yeah, I can kind of see why they didn't make it. It's a kind of a this one's a bit uneven because it's it's basically all demos spanning a couple decades, but yeah. So Roll Hotel it became a kind of like a low rent place like musicians and druggies stayed basically. It was gone by the time I lived in Richmond, but yeah, the music here it goes between like soul music and kind of like a gothy rock, and some gets a little more experimental, some is a bit more psychedelic. So it's a little bit like and like just really hard hard rock. So it's kind of a very unique sound. So I can see kind of why they didn't get a record contract, just because they couldn't get pigeonholed. So I'd say gothic rock soul. Some of it's kind of look more lo-fi with like a drum machine, and the earlier stuff that they did. Yeah, the first single on there was like really, yeah, a little bit more polished, and like they said went out to like Frank Sinatra. He loved it, but never signed. Finally broke down, bought this while it's still available. I'm not sure if this is how long this will be in print. So Kill Rock Stars. This is a compilation out of Olympia, Washington. Has Nirvana's Beeswax on it, which is interesting. Unwound, You Speak Jealousy. It's got Bratmobile on here. Courtney Love, the band, not the singer. Bikini Kill's on here. Witchy Poo, Melvins. Fits of Depression, all kinds of great stuff. It's just a little uneven, if I'm honest, but there were some songs I really wanted off here. It's a fun comp. So if that is bands are of interest to you, it's probably worth picking up while it's still available. But you can of course pick up the CD pretty cheap. Kill Rock Stars. I don't know if it actually has a title. I think it's just called Kill Rock Stars. It's KRS 201 if it matters. Yeah. Didn't see this on the VC. So it got reissued finally. So I hadn't actually listened to this when I bought it, but it was like, yeah, I got all this trade. I'm just gonna get it. There's a New Dawn, self-titled. It's not terrible, but it's not. Yeah, I think it was way overhyped. I'm gonna go about 3.5 on this. So again, it's a little bit uneven on the album. They're definitely copying a lot of older bands. I think this album was like 71-ish or something. So it's like fuzz guitar, minor chord organ dirges, monumental bass, yada yada. So yeah, they're definitely trying to copy other bands. So it was it was a private press, or like I think they said it was like 500 made, but only like a couple hundred survived or something. I saw some bastard found one at like a Goodwill or something for like $1. It's like, they go for thousands. But yeah, I don't know how long this will be available. So if you're like a site completist, it's kind of interesting, kind of metallic yellow gold vinyl. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, the album itself, I don't know. I'd say it was overrated, but not terrible. I'll probably hold on to it, get another listen. This one was excellent. This is actually New Zealand pressing again, but not an original. This is probably about 10 years old. This is the Skeptics album Amalgam. So kind of like lo-fi industrial stuff out of New Zealand on the was it Flying Nun label. This one I'd be about 4.5 on. It's a great album. Yeah, this one gets a 5 though. I picked up the I think Sean showed this. He let me know it got repressed. I picked it up with the original artwork. That's a sticker. And yeah, for what it matters, it's on like a hot pink, so it matches the label, and then it has like a black version, which is even more limited, and then I guess it's getting a second pressing already. So I have a feeling first pressing sold out already. This one I did show before, but worth revisiting. Braves Young, Misery and Pride. So kind of ambient, experimental drone is in there. This is at least a 4.5, maybe pushing 5. This is a damn good album. Highly recommend it. You can still get it fairly cheap on vinyl, if that sounds appealing to you. This is Midori Tanaka and La Fonda, Le Renard Bleu, single-sided vinyl. So it's I think she's French-Canadian singer, and then like Japanese kind of avant-garde composer. Yeah, I picked this up with Sean when he was downsizing his vinyl collection for the millionth time. Excellent, if short. That'd be about 4.5 on that guy. And 4.5 bootleg. Captain Beefheart, Electric Poetry, 1980. I like this better than any of the albums I picked up, to be honest. It's great. Yeah, the shop I was at actually had a bunch of Beefheart. I was kind of tempted to pick it up because you just don't see it, but yeah, I don't know. Picked this up in Japan. On another listen, I don't know. I think that the vinyl is a little more damaged than I was thinking it was, but it's still super album. One of my favorite ECMs. So again, Dave Holland and Sam Rivers and Anthony Braxton and Barry Essel I showed earlier. Love this album. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this, the albums I showed earlier when I get around to listening to them. Don Caballero's, I guess What Burns Never Returns, the title. Excellent math rock, classic one. I think Sean showed that one was Essentials 10s. Re-listen to this one. Trigger Cut Rogo. It's out of Germany. He's very active on the dude from here. So like really active on Instagram. Yeah, I like his not channel. I don't know what you call it. His Instagram feed, whatever. It's fun. So pretty decent noise rock. Very solid 4.25 maybe. Yeah, pretty solid album. Very Albini influenced. I do enjoy that one. And subsequent listens, I'm not as big a fan of this one. I do want to get their earlier albums. When I do get their earlier albums, I probably will purge this one. So this is Soulside, one of the old school Discord bands. As far as I know, their older stuff has been out of print for a while, but it doesn't demand like a huge price. I'm probably just gonna buy. They have like I think 2 big ones. So, see if I can find one. But this was actually recorded during the pandemic recently. So yeah, the dudes are probably pushing 60 by now. But yeah, it's not terrible. It's like yeah, it's not the Soulside I would probably get. And yeah, I picked this a while back. This was one of my freebie albums I ordered from whatever the I think it was UMC. So it was Island. Who's the master company? Universal, I think. Yeah, so Universal's like website thing. They were giving away albums. I picked this up. I should have ordered more because I didn't think they were actually going to ship more than one. They shipped 2, and I was like, oh crap, I should have ordered more. But yeah, excellent. This one gets a 5 from me. I do like the Stories from the Sea album, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of that kind of 90s, early 2000 mixes, I just don't do anything for me. I like I like it, a little bit more, raw, live sounding. That delivers. So I prefer this over the studio version. Anyway, and then yeah, a couple CDs. This was Ujo Kaiden. So this was a freebie I got from a noise shop in Japan. I finally got around to listening to it. It's actually pretty short. I think it's only about 20 minutes. So it's got excerpts out of a couple of their albums. So it's no, it's not noise rock. It's noise. It's experimental, whatever. Not for everyone. It's kind of interesting though. Not one I'd put on a lot, but especially for free. I got their I think the first LP, and then the guy gave me that, so it's kind of cool. So it's, I guess, edition of 300. It's cool. Natural Snow Buildings, Tears Horns, which this is, yeah, I keep telling Sean there's actually a photograph. I've actually seen the photograph. I believe this is like an early Clan picture, which is kind of weird for the band because they're like, what, Swedish or something. But yeah, it's kind of that, yeah, it's a drone experimental kind of stuff. Really like this album. There's like 1 or 2 I like a little bit more, but yeah, I love that artwork though. So I think Sean gave this to me, or I bought it off. I can't remember. Thank you, Sean. Anyway, and then I'm gonna mess this up. Dodo, I guess. Donomichi. So Japanese kind of experimental hip hop is how I'd describe it. Curiously resampling Beastie Boys on some of these. But I do really like this album. Yeah, it's definitely not one you can. It's hard to like work or concentrate on anything. It's a very chaotic. Yeah, think of like Beastie Boys meets like the Boredoms, and you pretty much got this. It's pretty out there. Definitely not one that you can kind of passively listen to. It's more of an active listen. It will basically distract you. So do or whatever. She actually. So she's like a DJ, and then she collaborates with some other artists. I did pick up one other of her collaborations, but this is her solo, and probably her best of her solo albums. So really like this one. Highly recommend it. If you like hip hop, or just kind of if you like boredoms. Anyway, I am going to sign off here because I'm just rambling and going on, and it is getting late, and I got to work in the morning. So take care, guys. I'm going to drop this, and yeah, hopefully Steve doesn't steal too much of my thunder. It is a Sunday drop. Have a good one.